Hello, welcome back. I'm Gina. This is now my second video, so if you caught my first video, um, I kind of already prefaced and warned that there's going to be some awkwardness as I work out the kinks, so be prepared for that. If you want a well-manicured, well-scripted video, then this is probably not going to be your channel, but if you're here for the realness, then welcome. I feel like I just need to keep taking deep breaths. So, how's everybody else feeling? This is a full moon in Virgo. The energy has just been crazy. So, I know everybody feels it, but especially any other Cancers out there, I'm with you. I feel it. I'm a Cancer sun. I also have Cancer in Mercury and Venus. So, the moon, we are ruled by the moon, and we feel things very, very deeply. So this video has taken all day for me to actually press the play button or the record button. I just keep getting distracted all day. Things just keep coming up. So I initially came in to the room this morning and was going to pull a couple cards and just kind of see what the main message or theme was. And then I was just getting like all this stuff coming in. So I'm like, I had to go get like a notepad. I just wanted to like start writing things down. I feel like that's very much the Virgo. This is again full moon in Virgo, so I feel like that's very much a Virgo thing. With wanting to kind of be a little bit more logical and kind of planned and perfectionist. I just kind of wanted to like have my ducks in a row for this one for some reason. So yeah, I was trying to like be a little bit more strategic and planned. But then it's also Pisces season, and I feel like they clash. So I just feel like they're very opposite, and I feel like it's a lot of juggling and balancing those, pushing and pulling, so to say. So all that to say, I did pull a couple cards this morning. I didn't really read any of the meanings. I just kind of was seeing what came out, and actually quite a few came out. I pulled from the Magical Spirit Oracle, which I had read that yesterday as well. And one of the cards, the Acceptance card, I saw that while I was shuffling. That was the one, it's actually, she's on the front of the, it's not actually the card, but this is what the card had on it as well. So again, I just kind of made note of that as well, that that came back out today. Yeah, kind of along the lines of what I was feeling is just, there's two cards that came up about energy. The energy card says call your energy back to you. Also says power, aura, and depletion. So to me, this just kind of screams self-care and being aware of where your energy is going. Card number 44, which is an 8. We're also in the year of the 8. 2024 would be 8. So, and then when before I got up to get my notepad, I was shuffling through the cards and I saw another card, and I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it said. It wasn't flat out 8, but it was a card that equaled 8. And then I set the deck down, got up, walked 2 feet over to get a notepad, came back, and then when I picked it up, it was not the card at the bottom of the deck that I thought, and it didn't equal 8, so I'm not sure where I saw that, or if I just thought I saw a different number that equaled 8, so it was very strange. But again, I was just kind of getting like these 8 vibes, which again has to do with like manifestation and abundance. And with the full moon, you know, that's kind of where we may start to see some of our manifestations, especially if you set any intentions, or back in the new moon, which was 2 weeks ago or so. So yeah, that kind of was coming through. The other card, which was that had to do with energy, is the Protectress. Your energy is valuable, protect it well. Strength, boundaries, amulet. So again, kind of that same kind of where it's being mindful of your energy and what you're putting your energy into, whether it's a person, thing, job, whatever. Just to kind of be aware of it, and if your energy needs to go somewhere else, or if you need to give energy to something else, maybe yourself or something, I think that's just a reminder for us. The other thing that stood out, so those two were pertain to the energy, and then this card, the Eternal Center. Again, I just very feel much like all day I've just been deep breath. Okay, let me try again. Just kind of like gotta ground. I gotta like come back. So this says, there is a place within me, still, calm, steady, and eternal. This says guru, protection, and peace. And again, I didn't really feel called to like read the meanings of those. This one also kind of has the heart chakra, and this one as well highlighted. So again, just the love that we're putting out and receiving, whether that's self-love or love to others. And then we got the Growing Pains card. Healing, patience, and unconscious. And of course that third eye stood out to me. And this is 19, which again would be a 10, which would reduce to a 1. So in my video yesterday, there was lots of 1s. I do feel like I want to read this one though. And then the other one that came out was the Yin and the Yang, which again I kind of already talked about, a balance, and that's what a yin and yang is. This says, I am in divine flow and move in alignment, unity, balanced energy, and manifestation. So again, that I'm definitely feeling that, with trying to just stay balanced and focus on what we're manifesting. The other thing I thought was interesting of all these cards that I pulled, so aside from this, the Eternal Center card, all of these also have, and I'm not going to be able to show it very well, but the third eye showed up. I mean, this one is like hard to see, but even on the sun and the moon, there's a little moon there at the third eye. So again, I just thought that was interesting as well. And I think there's something there as far as you know, the third eye has to do with intuition and higher consciousness, spirituality. So I did want to read, the Growing Pains one kind of stood out to me, so I kind of want to see what that one is, and that's number 19. Okay, so Growing Pains. Healing, patience, unconscious, and self-awareness. The affirmation spell here is, I trust in the process of my healing. The healer. The garden that tends itself. The therapist. You seek to be an awakened one in your family. This isn't always easy, as it involves taking on a larger responsibility and role in your lineage. You are seeking something more fulfilling, truthful, and of the heart. This requires patience with your psyche and security within your soul. By living intentionally and choosing to be conscious of the choices you make, you are activating transformation at a DNA level. This can be felt at a collective consciousness level as well. This is powerful work. Your ancestors are so proud to have passed the torch down to you. You have done so much already, far more than you know. Pulling the Growing Pains card invites you to employ more patience with yourself on your healing journey. You are unlearning and undoing generations of toxic patterns and beliefs. This will naturally be challenging, uncomfortable, and even painful at times. This is why they are called growing pains. They are a necessary part of healing. And that reminds me, when I was a kid, I had like physical growing pains, like in my legs. Like they were so painful, and that's what the doctor called them. They just said, oh, because she's growing and your bones are growing and you can feel that. And I just remember like my shins would hurt so bad. And again, it was a necessary part of physically growing. So I don't know why that came back, but this card also wants to remind you that you were chosen for this path, that your soul chose this mission of healing for you. This is your initiation. This is what walking through the fire looks like, so you may reach that peaceful, abundant valley. Be proud of yourself and continue to do your best as you find your way. Celebrate small victories, like when you set boundaries or are less reactive or break a toxic trait or don't repeat the poison of the past. This is the work, and you have accepted your mission whether you realized it or not. Excuse me. And I do feel like that part of me was almost like, okay, I'm just not going to do a video tonight. But I really wanted to do it. It's a full moon. I'm like, I know, it's only my second one. Like, I have to, you know. And when I woke up this morning, I kind of even was like, okay, well, I started the channel, like now. And I think you just have to keep showing up, I think is the bottom line. So the manifestation enhancer here, it says, get your journal and write out the small or big ways in which you have already healed yourself. Give yourself the recognition you deserve. Love yourself for all the times you chose to do better, even when nobody was watching or putting you on the back or patting you on the back for it. Even when your family or friends don't see all that you have overcome. Instead, see yourself. You are a chosen healer. And then, so that was the Magical Spirit deck. And then I pulled a couple cards from the Green Witches Oracle deck as well. I don't know why, but and I pulled Leaves, Soil, and Summer. And I haven't read these either, but I did want to read, because on the Summer it says expansion and growth. And we pulled the expansion card yesterday, so I wanted to see what that was all about. And again, these cards are new to me, so I'm kind of just going off of what I'm feeling and seeing. But on the Leaves card, it says renewal, revival, and progress. So again, it kind of just goes back to like the self-care and the energy thing too. Like if you think about like the leaves on the tree, they stick out from the tree, and that's what's kind of that's almost like what's part of what is receiving and giving energy on the tree, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. And I also have been like seasons keeps like coming up, like right now, like in the northern hemisphere it's winter, but we're almost to spring, so there's a lot of like the plants, the buds, things like that are already starting to emerge. The birds are starting to come back out, like robins and things like that. And I know like in my garden area, I left all the leaves down because they say it's good for all the critters that are dormant and hibernating or need a safe place. So it just kind of reminds me to like leave the leaves is what I'm hearing. There's also a dragonfly, which is like transformation for me. And then the soil says stability and simplicity. Again, yeah, this is, again, just reminds me, you know, very like grounding and like earth and spring. It just reminds me of like getting ready to like plant, and I feel like we've been planting seeds already, or will be planting seeds. There's also like worms and different things on the picture, which kind of reminds me of like, again, with self-care and like nourishment. And then the summer card says expansion and growth. So I did want to read this one just because, again, like I said, expansion had come out yesterday with a different deck. So let me see, it doesn't have a number on it, so let's see. Where are you? Sorry, bear with me. Okay. And this is on page 116 and 117. So 116, that breaks down again to an 8. And 117 would be a 9. So, the card meaning. Summer is bursting with energy. The sun is high, the weather is warmer, and the nights are shorter. Summer brings increased growth for all living things, but all this energy and unrestricted growth can get out of hand. Increased growth means increased attention is required to manage your projects so you ensure everything unfolds properly. The summer card means it's an optimal time for expansion, but it also tells you to keep an eye on the energies in your life so that they stay focused and productive. If you don't tend your garden, it will become overgrown and scraggly. Some endeavors will fail as others overshadow them, like a vine strangling a beautiful plant. So again, that theme of the energies and being mindful of where we're putting our energy. The reflection here says, what part of your life can you expand to feel more fulfilled? But again, it was just very pretty. Again, bees, we got bees yesterday, and sunflowers, the sun, and the sun is back there as well. So I did want to pull, I'm trying to read, and again, these notes are like Hot Mess Express, as I said, they are all over the place. I also saw, like I said, I saw lots of 4s, like 44, which again has to do with balance, order, stability. The 8s, which again can also mean those things. And then some 2s. There was definitely quite a few 2s that came out. Which again, I just, you know, like relationships, whether that's relationships with other people or a relationship with yourself. Balance, harmony, self-care, all those things kind of just keep coming back up. So sorry, like I said, my attention just kind of keeps going everywhere. I'm trying to bring it in. Yeah, so I did want to pull from the Moonology deck, given that it is the full moon tonight. And this is, I know there's quite a few Moonology decks out there. This is the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck. This is new to me. I actually haven't pulled anything from here yet, so I am curious to see what comes out. But yeah, how's everybody feeling? I know we can feel it a few days before and a few days after, and I definitely had been. And like I said, thank goodness, like today, I did not have to leave the house or be around the general public. So that was one good thing. It is always very challenging for me when I do have to like be at work or be out in the population with all the energies, and I'm grateful that I did not have to do that today, even though I was on call and you know, some things were coming up, and that, you know, lots of, actually probably more things coming up than on a normal day that I'm on call, but par for the course, I think, given that it is a full moon, and especially if anyone is in healthcare or really any public place, I feel like, but we joke about it in healthcare. So, what needs to come out? Messages. And I guess it's almost better that it's now nighttime that I'm recording the video, because I'm actually, I know you can't see it from here, but given that I'm sitting on the ground again, if I look up, I can actually see the moon, which I love. And it's a micro moon, so it does look smaller, and it's a little fuzzier, hazier. Plus it was cloudy today where I'm at, but I'm sorry, these cards just are not quite moving great. Okay. So we got the first quarter moon in Virgo. Like I said, tonight is full moon in Virgo. The first quarter moon in Virgo was leading up to this point. And it says, assess the situation. So I definitely need to read what this means, because I do not know. First quarter moon in Virgo. Okay. Assess the situation. Stop, breathe, and take stock. Perhaps you've taken on too much. Now is the time to be reliable and practical. Laziness is your enemy. Also, don't be too influenced by the crowd. It's in quotes, the crowd, and what they're saying. Do you still want what you used to want, and as much? If so, are you really doing what needs to be done to make your dreams real? Express how you feel, but do it without too much self-criticism or criticism of others. Make an honest inventory about where you could do more to manifest your dreams. Manifesting mix. The energies at play here are a mix of flirtatious and shy, inquiring and hesitant. You need to work them in your favor. The manifesting mindset says this card asks you to be mentally flexible. Whatever challenges you face, your current situation is unlikely to be a total impasse. Tune into your manifesting powers. The throat chakra helps you to express yourself, your desires, and whether you need more time to think about it. Something. It's located at the base of your throat and is a beautiful sky blue color. Visualize a column of the purest sky blue light pouring down over you as you hold the card to the base of your throat and call in the energies with these words. Energies of the first quarter moon in Virgo, thank you for helping me towards clarity and confidence. When to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Virgo on a Wednesday, which is Mercury's day, or during Mercury's hour. The first quarter moon in Virgo takes place when the sun is in Gemini and the moon is in Virgo. It knows that it's never too late to change your way of thinking. So, and I also, how much time do I have? Okay. I freed up some space today. That is one good thing. I freed up quite a bit of space on my phone so that now I can record the longer videos without having to be stopping and starting. The last one I'm going to pull, and then I'll leave it there, only because I'm drawn to this giant full moon on the deck. This is the Inner Child Oracle. And again, I just think it's so pretty. There's like birds and flowers and that big old moon, which is just so pretty. So, this is the Inner Child Oracle, as I said. So this will let us know what we all have, an inner child, and that is something we can tap into, and it's a way that we can heal our inner child. Does anybody do anything for the full moon? I know there's so many things. Everybody kind of has their own little rituals. You can do purification bathing, you can do different cleansing, different releasing, whether you're like writing on a piece of paper and burning it, or cutting cords, or any of that kind of stuff. We got the "You are worthy. You are worth it all, my love." This is number 40, which is a 4. So let's see what this message is. You are worthy. Everyone longs to be worthy. We work hard to find this worth in many different places, in accomplishments and titles in the eyes of another, but at the end of the day, all we truly have is the worth that we attribute to ourselves. This is not to diminish the beautiful gifts that can be ours through our actions and relationships, but to say that if we do not find ourselves worthy first, we will continue to search for it elsewhere and never find satisfaction. So an acceptance exercise with this card. So for this exercise, journal your responses to the word worthy. What do you feel when you hear the word? Is there anything you feel you are not worthy of? What do you seek outside of yourself to make yourself feel worthy? Is there anything you feel like you are worthy of? Is there something that your inner child might need to hear about their worth? What are some of the statements you might have wished to hear as a child about your worth? Write down 5 to 10 key statements of your worth. These statements should touch your heart and fill you up with feelings of warmth and light when you speak them out loud. Now that you have these statements of worth, it is time to practice speaking the words to yourself. Using a mirror, if you can, look deep into your eyes, cup the side of your face, and proceed to give yourself what your heart is longing to hear. Practice speaking these statements of worth to yourself and to your inner child as many times as you can during the following weeks. And then after you do that, there is a, sorry, my ear gets itchy. There's a responsive journaling prompt. So how do you and your inner child feel after this exploration of self-worth? Is there a talisman or item you can carry that will help you continue this practice throughout the following weeks? I think that is a great message to end with, that you are worthy and you are worth it all. So yes, I think I'm going to leave it there. But thank you again for bearing with me and my awkwardness. And yeah, I will catch you on the next one. I hope you all have a great night and hang in there with all this crazy energy. And I will see you on the next one.